Well, hello, everybody. We are back live again.
Yes.
I love being live. And as you can probably tell from behind us, that we are
Not in the
in
alliance.
we're in a house, and that's because our internet's not working so good out at the campsite. It's a little slow, so we
You
can't
have Verizon out here. It's not dependable.
So we have crashed Jerry and Teresa's house from Happy Place Diaries. Hey, pop in, leave a comment, let us know where you're watching from. We're not going to say individual hellos tonight because we have some special guests to get to, and we want to get right into that. Tonight we have with us from Team Alliance RV, Mr. Ryan Brady, the co-founder of Alliance RV, and Bill Martin, who is the VP of Customer Service. Hey guys, what's up?
Hello.
Hey, Dustin and Leslie, what's happening?
Good to see you guys, man. I haven't seen you guys since Tampa.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been forever, but it also feels like it's kind of flown by.
Oh, yeah.
It has. It's been about 5-6 months since we met, and it's good to see you
almost
guys.
6 months. Yeah, matter of fact, our 6-month update video is coming up really soon.
Yeah.
On the channel to kind of go into more detail about how we're liking the Alliance. But I mean, spoiler alert: if we had you on, we'd probably like it. So.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So we have some people in here, and I know we get questions all the time from our viewers, subscribers.
People just walking around the campground, and we're outside. They ask us about it.
Everybody wants to know about Alliance and what the whole deal is, because it's still kind of, I mean, in relation to the RV world, it's still really new.
Yeah.
Kind of in your infancy over there at Alliance RV. So tell us a little bit about how you guys got started and why, really.
Yeah, I'll jump in there. So you are correct. We are a relatively new manufacturer. We started the business in really spring of 2019. So it was myself and my brother, Coley Brady, and we quickly paired up with this gentleman here, Bill Martin, who was the first, I guess, member outside of Coley and I. So the three of us, got together, and I think we were meeting in Big B Coffees across the street. And
that's usually how it goes.
We had left larger manufacturers with a desire to start a new independent manufacturer. And I think as we kind of canvassed the landscape and we took stock of where we came from, we felt that there was a need in the market for, an independent manufacturer that, had more of a focus on what we viewed as important. And, that namely being, quality in the construction, building a high quality unit, and more importantly, standing behind it with great customer service. And so we took kind of the leap of faith as a group and, launched the business that spring. We spent the first 6 months, working on the infrastructure, the build out of the plants. And then really we went to work on product development. And I'll let Bill jump in with what he did there.
It was just an amazing adventure. In August, we'd been partnered up for a few months. We're still 6 months away from launching our first product. Kicking out ideas of how can we be different. In a world where a unit could be 8.5 feet wide and 40 feet long, you're kind of stuck with those dimensions. How do you make it different? How do you make it better? And as Ryan said, it was listening to customers. We opened up a Facebook page and quickly had 1,000 to 1,500 people within the first probably 60 days of different brands. And they start saying, "Oh, I love this. I don't like that. Why do you guys do this as a manufacturer? Why don't you add this?" And we were given opportunities to answer some of the reasons why, and also address a lot of those common things that we were seeing customers had concerns with or wants with. And implement those into a product. And sometimes it just takes that new guy to shake the tree a little bit and not be afraid to. We took some gambles on some things, knowing that it was a more functional, better way to do it, but it was going to take a change of even the consumer's mindset. Our air conditioners was one of those biggest ones. If non-ducted would be unheard of to do in this industry. But it is changing the game.
We kind of had this war room. We had a supplier in town that kind of loaned us a conference room, and we were all huddled in there. Our head engineer, our main production manager, I think there were maybe 6 or 7 of us, and we had this whiteboard. And through customer input, from this Facebook page, and just talking to people, we as we came across a good idea, we just jotted it down. And after a couple months of doing it, there were a lot of things that were coming together. And it wasn't necessarily our ideas. In fact, it wasn't. A lot of it wasn't our ideas. It was just, from listening to people and trying to address some of the issues and concerns that they had around their rigs. And, really, that Paradigm product was the culmination of that work. It was kind of fun to be at it here for 18 months. We've been in production, since January of 2020. So been building for about 18 months. And so seeing, the culmination of that work and seeing, happy customers, hopefully like yourselves is really neat.
Well, hey, I appreciate you guys coming out. And so we put this out on the Alliance Facebook page earlier. And we put it out on all of our platforms so that people who are interested in Alliance or curious about Alliance, or even some people who are already in Alliances, can come on and kind of in person, put some faces with some names other than just on your website, and kind of ask you some questions. So we're gonna jump into some Q&A stuff and get some people that are watching a chance to ask you guys some questions. If you have a question you want to ask to Ryan or Bill or to us, just ask you to put a couple of question marks before your question to kind of gives us a little better opportunity to stand out in the comments so that we can catch that you have a question to ask. We'll start here with Jack. Jack is wanting to know, is Alliance RV updated their website soon to show the new 2022 models?
We didn't do a lot of changes around the 2022 model year. There's a big, we call it a dealer open house that occurs in September. So all the dealers around the country converge, onto Northern Indiana here just to look at, manufactured products. So we're going to kind of showcase our new models and some of the slight tweaks that we've made to the products around 2022. And during that time, we'll take that opportunity as they're staged for that show to do some, fresh photography and get that posted to the website. So I'd anticipate you'd see some updates on the website, occurring around that October timeframe.
Okay. Cool.
We actually just posted a brand new floor plan today on Facebook page.
Really?
A new 13-foot garage Valor floor plan.
Nice.
So,
Oh, wow.
Haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, we'll have to go check that out.
that's kind of been one of our traditions is as we come up with a new floor plan, months in advance of us coming to market with it, we put it out there and say, hey, this is our newest concept. And it seems without fail, we'll get a few little nuggets here or there from feedback before we even launch the product as to.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah, and what thus and Alessa, just so we just launched that Valor product maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So there really wasn't, any change around the 2022 model year. And then on Paradigm, it was very minor stuff. As you guys know, the supply chain situation is challenging.
Yeah.
And so, it's still relatively new. It's gone over very well. So we didn't make a lot of, major changes to the product.
Okay. Cool. I think it's Jack again. He's wondering why the Alliance dealers MSRPs vary so much between dealers. Is there a set MSRP that the buyer can see from Alliance?
Okay, so the question, why do MSRPs vary? So the really the main variance should be around the 2022 model units. We haven't changed the MSRP up until that point. Obviously, again, with the supply chain situation, and we are operating in a bit of an inflationary environment where we've had to, pass through some modest increases over the last 6 months. But that MSRP should not have changed until 2022.
Now, is the shortage of supplies and the increase in demand, is that driving some of these numbers in different directions through the dealers also?
What was the question, Dustin? I'm sorry, bud.
So is the decrease in availability of some of the things that you need to build these RVs, and then the increased demand for people wanting RVs, is that driving dealers to manipulate these numbers a little bit?
They shouldn't be manipulating the numbers. I don't think that's the case.
I think the simple answer, the price increases that we see on a daily basis are real. You're seeing that across everything. I mean, buying a truck nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
18 months ago, you might have been able to talk a little bit more of a deal with them, but now you're lucky to get one. We're not saying it with any arrogance. That's just a fact of life right now. Is it's hard to get parts, and price increases are real.
Yeah.
And we've seen it on the oddest of parts.
Yeah.
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 It's affected, really every component that we use at some point over the last 12 months seems to have been affected.
Well, we had the same issue when on our previous RV, we had an issue with the air conditioner, and this was in the heart of the COVID.
Yeah.
And we couldn't get parts for the air conditioners. It's just hard to get parts.
Yeah, it was impossible. And we were dying of heat.
Yeah. Craig wants to know, is there going to be a 12-volt fridge and AC option available soon?
Well, that's standard in the Valor. I presume if you're asking for, are we going to do it in the Avenue?
The Avenue, we're exploring possibly adding it as an option in the Avenue product. We haven't determined which way we're going to go just yet. So I guess the Valor's been kind of our initial foray into that 12-volt game, and it has gone over, I would say, really well. So it's something we're definitely monitoring, and down the road potentially we'll have it in Avenue and Paradigm. We'll see down the road.
But in the meantime, Paradigm does have a residential or a gas electric option.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Should suit most of those needs.
Yeah.
Michael wants to know, and I think what he's trying to ask is, I think he probably has a 2021 model and he wants a medicine cabinet from the 2022 models. Can you order those separately and just get a medicine cabinet?
I'm sure we can figure something out. We don't have a kit pulled together. I don't think it's an exact direct replacement, but I'm sure we could figure something out. You're welcome to send me a private message or an email. We'd be happy to talk through it.
Yeah, and along those lines, Mike, we were kind of talking about this before the live started with you guys too, that usually when you get into conversation about Alliance, even like when we're in a campground, customer service comes up really quickly into the conversation. And, even though that every RV has issues, Alliance's customer service has just been top notch. And I think Mike is just kind of reiterating that. So I wanted to throw that up there for you guys to see that.
You know what? A lot of that success comes from the fact that people are so willing to share their feedback with us. We're thrilled that we've made an environment where people are comfortable doing that. Sometimes it's a little rough, but you know what? If we make a mistake, we have to look you in the eye and make it right. That is our goal. We're not perfect, but we certainly want to stand up and try our best to do the right thing.
Yeah. And we certainly appreciate that. And I know that other Alliance owners do appreciate that too.
Yeah.
And we mentioned it. The video hasn't come out yet. We're talking about our 6-month update. But we do mention in there, I think, for a short period of time that a lot of times people get the conception that that RV manufacturers only take care of YouTubers, which is not true. If you look on the Alliance Facebook page, we get an answer back just as quickly as anybody else.
Yeah.
And it's the same just because you have an Alliance. That's the reason you're taken care of, because you're in an Alliance.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate that.
We call it it's kind of been dubbed the fam ally.
Yeah.
So we treat all of our customers the same. I mean, it's a big investment people make, and it's a big leap of faith to invest in Alliance RV, and they deserve a great ownership experience and great service, and to Bill's credit and that team that we've assembled. I mean, we're dedicated to maintaining that level of service even as we grow this business. It's important to us. It's kind of really the foundation of our business is to provide that high level of service.
And
one thing that's been very unique from the service side is we've got co-owners like Ryan and Coley that once every other week, Ryan's down in the office says, do you have enough people? Do you have enough resources? They're very in tune with this. It's not hard for me to get people if we need people, to get resources if we need resources, all in the name of taking better care of our customers. So we know that it has to be sustainable. So sometimes that's people, sometimes that's other resources. But
and a lot of companies are struggling right now, and not just in the RV industry, but everywhere. Everyone's short-staffed. Everywhere you go, everybody's short-staffed. So staffing is a big issue. So if you got enough people to take care of it, that's right now, that's a big
you're
factor.
ahead of the herd.
That leads to taking great care of your people too. And I know they're very generous, and
so much of what we do is Dustin and Leslie is around culture and building just a winning, inviting, warm culture where people, don't just feel like a number. I mean, when you come here, I'm sure you'll feel it quickly, and people that have been to the facility for a plant tour, we get the comment all the time. It feels a little different. And I truly believe that people come to Alliance to work, not because they necessarily need a paycheck, but because they're valued and they're appreciated and they want to be here. And at the end of the day, if they feel, important and part of a team, that's going to yield a higher quality. Employee retention is going to be higher. There's all sorts of benefits that go along with it. And that's something that, Coley, Bill, the rest of the senior leadership team and I, that we focus on daily. We grind on creating that, winning, welcoming culture.
That's good. Yeah. That's important.
And it's true what they say when, if you love what you do, you don't see it as work.
I don't feel like work. Yeah. Jack wants to know if you guys are coming to any shows or events in Arizona soon. Are you guys planning on going to Courtside or having somebody out at Courtside this year?
We had Courtside was what? We'll definitely be in Courtside. I think there was a Courtside show in January.
Yeah, we're headed to that.
So I think it's the week after Tampa.
Yeah. So the next big one coming up is Hershey.
Sure.
On the eastern coast. We're going to be in the Hershey show.
Nice.
I believe it's the second week of September. So we'll have the Valors, obviously, the Paradigms, obviously, but we're also going to have the Avenues on display. So we're really excited to kind of make that our launch of that product out there.
I'm interested to see them in person. I can't wait to see
them. We're excited too. I mean, obviously, it's the latest and greatest, but we're excited to get customers' eyes on it in person.
Yeah.
Good deal. Mike wants to know, are there any plans for a shorter Alliance Paradigm or maybe a Class C?
Which I was kind of curious too.
Yeah, travel trailers, Class C's.
If you're going to venture into that, the travel trailers or anything else.
It's certainly a possibility over time. I think eventually we'll want to get into that laminated travel trailer segment, but we're really focused on that Avenue product right now. And we've been working on that project really about 6, 7, 8 months. And we want to make sure it's tight and ready to go. But within, 18 to 24 months, I would anticipate that we'll be building a travel trailer of some sort.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And then I think there's a Class C question. I would never say never, but for the time being, we're focused on the towable side of things.
Good deal.
And, in regards to a shorter Alliance Paradigm, the Avenue is going to fit a lot of those bills. It's just a little bit smaller, a couple thousand pounds lighter, going to open up a little more of the truck market, the mid-duty type truck market. So that may fit the bill in that 32-foot range.
Cool. Good deal. Our friends, Lawrence and Natalie, the Brazen Brits, they're out in Florida. They want to know what were your occupations and skills before you guys started Alliance, or maybe before you even got into the RV industry, because you were in another company before. But what did you guys do before you were RV people?
Well, I was still in school. I've been in the RV industry. I went to Purdue University in Indiana and graduated with a public relations degree. And within about a year after that, started in the RV industry and have worked on the supplier side as well as the manufacturer side. And typically been in the marketing arena for most of that, but service was a natural calling, I think.
Oh, cool.
Well, you got a knack for it.
Yeah.
And then my background, I also grew up in Elkhart, Indiana, so kind of, in and around the RV industry. I remember working in, a factory when I was, a lot younger, but went to Notre Dame, graduated, spent some time in Chicago and out east, doing more kind of financial services type things. And then moved back to Elkhart and spent 10 years at another OEM. So really kind of cut my teeth there and learned the industry. And then 2 years ago, we started, Bill and I and Coley and the rest of the team, we started Alliance.
Yeah, so I guess if you're born and raised in the Elkhart, your future's kind of
carved out for you.
Locked in for you.
There's a pretty good chance. We, it's a big part of our local economy is, you think of, all the RV OEMs, but not just that, you have, the supply chain, the suppliers that support the industry and the transporters, and it's a big network effect around people like you.
I have a question for you, just because it popped into my head, so I'll take a turn asking a question. But so how frustrating is it, or how many challenges have you had with people that make the stuff that goes into the RVs that you don't make yourself, you just put it together, and some of those people don't make the greatest things. So how frustrating is that, and what have you done to kind of alleviate some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's too much finger pointing and blaming going on.
Yeah.
We don't have an endless selection of appliances. There's a couple of water heaters to choose from.
Yeah.
A few different refrigerators, and it's not like you have dozens and dozens of options. We've tried to choose the best components, and that is, a lot of people say they all use the exact same components. Well, our suspension springs, yes, they're made by Dexter that a lot of other people use, but we went with the 4,000-pound springs and not the 3,500.
Yeah.
So there are different components that you can choose. We use the Motorride shackles. We use an upgraded tire. So they're not all the same components as you often hear. They may be made by the same manufacturer, but is it frustrating when a component fails? Yeah. Have we made our mistakes as well? Yes, we have. You take the good, the bad. If you see repeat issues, you start questioning those suppliers, making sure they're either stepping up or you move on.
Yeah.
What I would add is, part of our job is, partnering with the right suppliers. At the end of the day, if something fails in your Alliance RV, the customer doesn't care.
No.
It's not your part.
Yeah.
They just don't. And
so,
and we don't care.
I just want
once it's assembled, it's part of the Alliance RV, and we owe it to them to make sure that if it wasn't, built correctly or not operating as intended, that we make sure that we get into the position that it is.
And I know you'll find this hard to believe, but we're quite vocal with our suppliers from the service end of if you're going to get about a day to respond, if we can replace something. If not, we're going to replace it, and we're going to talk with you on the backside of it.
Yeah.
You as an owner of the product shouldn't have to pay that price.
Yeah, I think Bill and his team, they're quick. If we have an issue, we'll address it, we'll hit it head on, and then we'll fight the battle with the supplier, after the fact. But our number one goal, again, back to ownership experience is get that customer back on the road.
Yeah, and that's what we're on multiple Facebook groups, just regular RV groups and fifth wheel groups in different areas of the country. And it seems like, most people that have issues with their RV, that's their biggest frustration is they get redirected and redirected and redirected and redirected. And finally they're like, well, now,
forever to get to a human.
How am I getting this fixed? And with Alliance, it's one line of communication. You guys figure it out and then get back to us. And that's worth its weight in gold right there, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're not going to kick you over to the helpline for XYZ, component manufacturer. We're going to, be the helpline, at Alliance and figure it out.
Jay wants to know, when will the Avenue Bunkhouse Model 36 BRM hit dealerships?
And so it'll be on display. The initial floor plan will be on display at Hershey in mid-September. I would anticipate it hitting dealer lots, later this year or early Q1 next year.
Okay. Uncle Tracy wants to know, can you describe how you select or approve which dealers you're going to work with?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, it's we try to be really deliberate with our dealer partner selections. It's critically important, right? We're partnered with these folks, especially from a service standpoint. We rely on them heavily to provide again, back to providing good ownership experiences. So we've tried to be very deliberate and partner with dealers that we think kind of sharing our values. And I think for the most part we've done a pretty good job in doing that. We've been pretty slow to take on new dealers just in light of current demands. We want to make sure that we can satisfy the demand for the existing dealer commitments that we've made. But it's again, being in the industry, Bill's been in the industry, myself, a lot of the other members in the team. I mean, dealer reputations, I guess, are kind of you kind of have a sense of who's good, and those are the type of people that we try to partner with.
Okay, that's good. So we've seen alliances in lots almost everywhere across the country now.
Even as we're on the highway passing dealerships, we're like, hey, look, they got alliances.
Yeah, I saw when you guys are going to Spokane, you passed Appleway. That's our dealer.
Okay, cool. Yeah, very nice. This is kind of just another shout out. Roger said he's asked questions of Bill on holiday weekends, gets answers back in less than 20 minutes. Nobody does it better. So
That's awesome.
Wanted to share that with you guys.
I think Bill only sleeps about 5 hours a night, maybe.
I don't know.
It's not right next to him.
Yeah, Brian has a question here, and we've kind of already talked about it a little bit, but I'll give you a chance to look at it. It says, what sets the Alliance brand apart from, let's say, Cedar Creek's? That's just an example, I think, but we talked about it a little bit, and we're going to talk about it in our video too.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about it in our walkthrough with you when we were in Tampa. But in you guys' eyes, from the co-owner and VP of customer service perspective, what do you think sets you apart?
Well, we compete with a lot of very strong brands. I guess I can't specifically speak to them, but what I can tell you about Alliance is that our units and our brands are very, very well thought out. To Bill's comments earlier, we try to address a lot of the issues and concerns that RVers had around their fifth wheels. And again, if you go through our products in detail, I think a lot of that that kind of light will go off that, hey, these guys really listen and address some of those issues, whether it's around running gear enhancements, with the 4,000 pound springs, or the more functional windows that actually open, or the HVAC upgrades, the 3 air conditioner standard, the 2 with the direct dumps that provide a much more efficiency, the dimmable lights, the PVC on the roof. There's a whole litany of product enhancements and features that we always like to point to. But not only that, I'd point to you buy from Alliance, you're buying from an independent manufacturer, and we stand behind it. We're not perfect. We don't represent ourselves to be perfect. These are rolling homes. Issues can occur. And what I would tell people is, you put that trust in us as a manufacturer, and I can tell you that at the end of the day, we are going to do the right thing. It's a mission statement. We have T-shirts that we give out to our team members with that statement on the back. Our guiding principle is do the right thing. And when we address any service situations, we lead with that guiding principle. And I think that makes for a really great ownership experience.
I agree.
There's a lot of great RVs built out there. We have tough competitors, no question. And
even for us, it was, we left with a huge peace of mind knowing if we have an issue, it's not going to be a battle to get it addressed. And for people like us that are full-time RVers, we live in our RV, we got a lot of skin in the game. Yeah. I mean, this is our house. We live in this thing, so if something goes wrong, we got to get it fixed pretty quick. Yeah. And so it's good to know that. And you don't get the warm fuzzy from everybody's brands and dealerships that sell them. Yeah. But it was a different leaving. When we left Tampa, we didn't have the nerves that we had when we left, with our first RV. Yeah. And I wanted to say this at the beginning, but I totally forgot, but we are not getting paid to say good things about Alliance. No. We get nothing. If you go buy an Alliance today, we get $0. So we're just saying this stuff.
Yeah, I think, Dustin, we were pretty, not that you asked, but we were clear, around our approach to YouTubers. We want our, I guess, marketing to be, truly organic. We don't want it to be, inorganic, like we're at the, peddle whatever to people to say good things about us. We want them to, truly believe it, because at the end of the day, people will know if it's genuine or not.
We do believe if we take great care of our allies, they will say good things about our coach. If we stop taking great care of you, you will not say nice things about us. It really is that simple.
It is. You're right.
I don't know what this means, but will Truma ever be an option? You know what that means?
Yeah, that's an on-demand water heater.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We see that come up about once a month or so, kind of get hit with it. You get a lot of people that say, well, I have one in my house and it works fantastic. Why don't you do it? They're two completely separate beasts when it comes to RVs and houses.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Your house has pretty much unlimited power, 220, 240 versus what you have in your RV. So you will find anybody that has one and likes the on-demand in an RV has had to make pretty significant modifications to their coach, whether it's to the plumbing, changing your shower heads and your fixtures to remove any restrictors, because it's all relevant to the flow of the water coming through, how cold the incoming water is. In your house, it's pretty consistent 50 degrees, it knows it needs to raise that temperature 40 degrees for a shower. In an RV, in your holding tank, that water could be 40 degrees, could be 80 degrees, depending on where you're at. So it's a whole different dynamic. Truma would probably be a higher quality of the bunch, but still there is a learning curve to them. And a lot of times we find if you offer it from the manufacturer and there's a learning curve, you can start fielding some questions of frustrated.
All right, we're going to do a couple more questions, then we'll let you guys get out of here. Sarah wants to know, what's your opinion of aftermarket upgrades? Does it help you guys, hurt you guys? Do you encourage it? Don't care either way? How does it impact you?
Oh, shoot. Make the coach your own. I think that was part of our design. We could try and design it for you and put 4 different patterns of fabric, but we tried to design it so that it looked good sitting on a lot. But if red's your favorite color, get yourself a couple of pillows and a throw blanket. You can make it what your own is. And you don't have to worry about competing paisley patterns and stuff that we thought was cool at the time.
There's all sorts of preps that we put on the unit, whether it's Wi-Fi or backup camera. So like Bill said, it's yours. If you want to modify it or put some aftermarket, stuff on it, have at it.
Cool.
Yeah.
To add to that, one of the most common questions I get on the service side is, if I add this to my coach, is it going to void my warranty? I don't know who started these rumors. Screwing on a solar panel to your roof, if it goes bad, it doesn't void the warranty on that. Now, if you put screws in your roof and it leaks there, that's a different story. But so basically what it is if you add something and that's what's deemed to cause the issue, that could impact your warranty, but never would it just in its entirety just void a warranty.
Cool.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Rob, and I think Rob lives in Canada. He asked, is there any plans in the works to sell units in Canada? I know kind of Corona has kind of thrown a wrench in
we
that,
have a pretty good dealer network up in Canada. We're still, there's still some locations, some markets that will fill up over time, but we have a lot of dealers up there, whether, really coast to coast. We have some dealers in BC, Alberta, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec. If he hops on our website, we have a dealer locator. And so, cool. If he plugs in his address, it should pop up. But we have a fair amount of distribution up in Canada with some, again, really high quality dealers up there.
Has the virus situation made it hard?
It broke up just a little bit, but I think, let's say I caught, has the virus situation made it harder to
get units up in Canada?
No, it has not. Where it's been we just can't cross the border, for our sales personnel to get up there to do in-person product trainings, which we'd like to do, which we have been doing here in the States. We haven't been able to do that just yet. But as far as transporting the units up into Canada, that has not been the issue. It potentially has hurt the market a little bit because, there's a big, snowbird population up there naturally up in Canada. And they, this past season, they weren't able to cross the border with their units. So we actually anticipate, that there'll be a pretty big, snowbird demand this fall. That they weren't able to travel south, last winter.
Probably. I agree.
Pam was asking if you guys are going to build a travel trailer. We already talked about that, and I think that's a possibility in the future.
Yep.
And then Chief from Foreverland, he's a big dude. So I guess he's asking about showers. I know you guys' showers are already, to me, really big. But,
oh my God, yeah.
Any plans to modify to make them any bigger, or are you kind of where you're at with your showers?
It's it's floor plan specific. So we have a lot of floor plans that have a nice big 60-inch shower pan. Even in the ones that don't have 60-inch, to your point, they're still pretty big, 48 inches. They all have that flip down teak seat. So I think they're pretty roomy.
I think more for Chief, it's a height thing.
Yeah, he's
as far as like ceiling heights in showers, because we know a couple RVers that are in the 6'4", 6'5" foot range.
Their heads in the light
thing.
Going higher, we are approaching the maximum limit of 13'6".
Yeah,
we build ours at 13'4". So. And with that said, when you put it on your truck, everyone's truck is different. You could be very close to that 13'6". I don't know where you get, because I mean, our floor rests on the chassis rails. There's not another inch or two of height. That's why the skylight comes into play.
Cool.
Okay, yeah.
Well, one last question for you guys, then we'll let you go. So this will be the last one. This is Sonny. He's saying, is there any plans to do a full body paint on the Alliance?
Well, we're actually playing around with that as we speak. I think we'll probably start on the Valor product, having a paint option there. And then if that goes well, I think it's something that you might see on the Paradigm product. I will tell you, like everything we mentioned around supply chain, it is, challenging to find capacity for paint shops, but we've heard it a little bit here and there. So it's something that, I would anticipate we would have over the next 12 months.
Awesome.
Products.
Cool. Well, we're looking forward to seeing that too.
Yeah.
And thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us and taking your time. I know for us, it's in the afternoon because we're out in Oregon, but for you guys, you guys have already worked a full day and kind of.
No, you're good. We enjoy this stuff. We like talking about Alliance and engaging with, customers, prospective customers. So this is fun for us. So you don't have to apologize for anything.
So for everybody that's watching, stick around because we're not done yet, but we're going to let Ryan and Bill go. And thank you guys again so much. We look forward to seeing you guys again, hopefully in person very soon.
Yeah.
And keep doing what you're doing, man. We love it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Dustin and Leslie. Take care. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. Well, that was awesome having them on. I've been looking forward to that for a very long time.
Yeah.
And if you're still here, hang out. We still got some stuff to talk about. We got some exciting stuff coming up on our channel.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to say too much.
I know, because everything is so secretive right now, but you just want to blurt it out.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff. But first, I want to talk about our next donation to a veteran organization. I know we haven't had any super chats tonight, but if you have any super chats, 100% of that goes to the next veteran organization. We're supposed to be in the window right now.
We should have this week made a donation.
Yeah, we had some logistics that just didn't work out with the organization that we were going to donate to.
It broke my heart because I was so excited about this one.
Yeah, and so
I'm excited about them all, but this one I really wanted to get into.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just didn't work out. So I don't know. We haven't decided yet if we're just gonna the next cool one we see along the way, if we're just gonna give them whatever we got, and then continue on every 3 months from there, or if we're gonna wait
just roll it into the next
one and just make it twice as big for the next organization. So I don't know,
because we're finding out here it's a little harder to find a veteran organization. This area is not gung-ho veteran organization area. So it's
Mike wants you to just blurt it out. What's going on?
I know I want to blurt it out.
Well, that's Jane, actually. She's on Mike's account. But yeah, we do. Man, I don't want to say.
I know.
But you're going to see coming up soon. It's going to be awesome.
I mean, it will come up quicker than not. But I know. I just want to scream it out. It was exciting.
It is. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
And like we said, 100% of that's going to the next veteran organization. Having a stroke over here. It's okay, Stephen. We appreciate you, man. And we got some big news coming up soon. That's coming up in a few weeks. And I think it is actually, it's going to change our channel.
Yeah, for the better.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's going to completely change our channel.
Yeah.
Y'all want to know what it is? I'm not telling you.
Stop being so mean.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, I didn't talk about it earlier, but we appreciate that.
It's from Jalapeno.
Oh, it's just from Jalapeno. Jalapeno is Sarah's new bearded dragon. So we have Scout. She has jalapeno.
Yeah.
So very cool. Thank you, Sarah. We appreciate that. Let's talk about this.
Oh God, yeah.
Next, boondocking. Because our most recent video was us boondocking or dry camping or whatever you want to call it at the Harvest Host.
Yeah.
And it was our first experience and it just didn't go well. Look, we travel. Look. Y'all probably watched the video already, but look, we traveled 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
And we knew the caravan trip was going to make longer, because we're in the West.
Yeah.
Longer travel days to get to our destination.
Yeah. So we're normally 2 to 3 hours, and then we stay for a week or two, and then we go 2 to 3 hours and we stay a week or two.
Yeah.
But here we were like boogieing. So we were like travel, stay a night, travel. And the travel was like 6 hours.
It was a 6-hour day that day. It was long.
And anyway, it was just a whole deal. And we couldn't get in the right direction and the water situation. And it was hotter than, and
It was hot.
we weren't planning on taking a shower that night, but then we got drenched because it was all hot.
That's the only defense I'll give you is it was hot. So heat affects your mood.
Yeah.
So when you're tired, exhausted, and then you're dying of heat,
Yeah.
it will affect
And then,
your rationale.
we popped a fuse because we have a 3400 generator. So we're like, hey, we can run 2 air conditioners for fun. So we did that. We fired up the air conditioner and we fired up the 2 air conditioners and we popped the fuse. And I was like, what's going on, man? I was like, I got, and speaking of Bill.
Yeah. And that was our fault because we weren't thinking about the water heater.
Yeah. So I sent a message to Bill. I'm like, or I think you posted on
I
Facebook
did.
page
I was
or
like,
something.
I thought we could
Like,
do 2
why can't we
air.
run 2 air conditioners? It was the water heater.
Totally forgot that how much power that takes.
So you got to kick your water heater off to run both your air conditioners.
Yeah.
But you can run 2 out of
But you
3
can't. Yeah.
on 30 amp power or 3400 generator
Yeah.
in the Alliance. So we know that now. So maybe that'll go smoother next time on.
Yeah.
on
And there will be a next time.
Yeah.
Out of necessity.
Mhm.
It's not like we're like looking for a place to harvest host or
No.
boondoggle
No.
as well. We're not seeking them out, but if we have to insert them in our travel, we absolutely are going to.
Yeah, we're not going to go out of our way.
No, I won't do that to you again. But they are going to be evil necessities for us.
Yes, I think so too.
They just will.
So this news that we're talking about, I think, look, we haven't even put anything up on our Patreon because it's very, very new.
It's all just been happening these past 3 weeks.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna release a lot of that information in the next couple of days on Patreon.
Yeah.
So that all the patrons will know.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked us out on Patreon, if you're interested in knowing what's going down early, hop over to our Patreon. I just dropped the link in the comments. So it's probably coming out there pretty soon.
Yeah.
And here is John.
Oh,
thank you, John. Say tries to donate each live. We missed the last 2. No worries, man. We appreciate anything you can do for the veterans.
Absolutely.
100% of that going to the next veteran organization. And we're trying to. We already got a bunch of money to give away. We just, it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to giving that away.
Yes.
Because that is like our favorite thing.
It is. And so to skip this is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And then it's going to seem like forever when we do get to do one. It'll feel like it had been forever.
And that's why I was saying we might just next cool when we see what is donated to them and then go every 3 months from there on a different cycle. It doesn't really matter as long as
we'll do some research, see what we're about to come up on.
Yeah.
If there's nothing out this way, then it will just have to roll over to the next one.
Yeah.
But
well, thank you, John. We appreciate that so much.
Yeah.
And it's going to whoever we can find next in the veteran world out here.
Yes, I mean this next one.
Lenny, I'm glad you asked.
Yes.
What are the Yeah shirts about? So the Yeah shirts, we got asked to do this.
Get so many messages through email and private messaging about my obsession. And I didn't even realize I say it that much
Every video.
Until I go back and watch them. And I'm like, oh my God, I say it like 30 times a video.
I'll start the video and I'll say, hey, we're here doing this and this and this. She'll go, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were asked.
People said, make a shirt. Make a Yeah shirt and we'll buy them.
So we got Yeah shirt.
So as soon as we finished the caravan, I said, we got to sit down and make a Yeah shirt.
So we did that. And so we're rocking our Yeah shirts tonight. It has the logo on the back.
Yeah. It has I can't turn around all the way.
That's Wayward Waggs on the back.
It has the logo on the back.
And it just says Yeah on the front. So that's what it's all about.
The way I wanted to design them, that specific company wouldn't allow my image that way. So that was kind of frustrating. Yeah. So we just had to go with what I could do with their format.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, I'm happy. We have a Yeah shirt.
Yeah, we did a limited designs because in our regular swag store, we have like hoodies and moisture wicking and kids and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But this, we just did t-shirts for adults.
Yeah, because in a way, it's kind of like an insider's joke. Like you have to watch enough to understand.
Now we're saying it all the time. I feel like we're saying it all the
funny.
time now. Anyway,
I do, I say it a lot.
so since we're launching this, we have all the other regular Waggs swag in the store, but since we're launching this, we did something special over there. I'm going to put a link in the chat here. I'll also put a link in the description of the video. So if you're watching the playback on this, there'll be a link to the swag store so you can get your t-shirt. And for the next 3 days, 20% off everything.
Yes. Get them while they're on sale.
Yeah.
And we did what? We did a women's shirt, a unisex shirt. We did
Men's.
Yeah, men's shirt. We did the coffee mugs and the water bottles.
Mm-hmm. So it'll say on one side of the coffee mug and have the Wayward Waggs logo on the other side. So yeah, very cool. Yeah, Bill chiming in. Yeah, thanks, Bill. We appreciate you talking. They're still in the green room. You guys can leave if you want. You don't have to hang out in the green room, but you can stay if you want.
You're more than welcome to stay.
See you later. That's funny. But yeah, the Amazon shop, we don't talk about it too much because we really, our motive to design that store was just so we would have our own stuff to wear.
Yeah,
with our own logos
our
on
own
it.
stuff.
And it was cheaper to do that to make a shop and order it that way than it was to individually customize and order t-shirts through a specific company. So we just made the store. And so it was really kind of selfish.
Yeah.
The reason why we started the store.
Pretty much.
Because we just wanted stuff cool to wear for our stuff. But if you want to go and buy it, then cool. And again, a portion of everything we make on every one of our platforms goes to veterans.
And I loved it because people who have bought our stuff send us pictures of either them wearing it or like the dogs. We've had dog bandanas.
That was
pictures
Lenny,
sent.
I think.
Yeah. And so I love seeing all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Alan just joined Patreon. Thank you, Alan.
Oh,
Appreciate that,
thank
man.
you.
And on Patreon, we I haven't been keeping up with it very well because we were on this caravan for like a month, and everything's been crazy. And then after we get done with the caravan, we get into a campground with almost no internet.
Oh my God, that was bad.
But YouTube videos are still cranking because I have them scheduled like 3 or 4 weeks out, so I don't have to have internet for YouTube videos to come out, but I do have to have internet for Patreon videos to come out because I can't schedule those. I have to personally post those. So I have some videos in the shoot that are behind the scenes exclusive stuff on Patreon that's been coming up soon. We leave Tuesday, hopefully to a better place with internet so I can get some Patreon stuff. We will put lens clips up when we're like out and about when we have good internet and stuff. But definitely go over there and check that out. And another thing I wanted to bring up, and I know I'm sorry that this live kind of sounds like a commercial, but we had a lot of inquiries about a lot of the stuff that we use.
Yes, people do.
Where'd you get your flagpole? Where'd you get your hitch cover? Where'd you get your this or that or whatever?
Yeah.
And we haven't really publicized it a lot because it's just not really our thing.
No,
it's not our thing. Advertising's not our thing.
I know. It's our kryptonite.
But we do have an Amazon shop with everything that we buy and use. Once we buy it, we'll try it out. We'll use it for a while. If we like it goes into the store.
Yeah.
If we don't like it, it's not in there. So what is in the store is stuff that we have bought, stuff that we like, stuff that we use, and stuff that we endorse because it works well.
Yeah.
We got stuff for inside the RV, outside the RV, all kinds of little trinkets and stuff we use for vlogging. It's all categorized on stuff. We don't advertise it, but for all those who are curious about all the stuff that we use, because we don't do product reviews a lot.
No, we really don't.
And so we don't talk about that too much, but we have been getting a lot of questions. So I wanted to put the link up here. It's in here. It'll also be in the description of the video once this goes for replay. And so that's our shop. Everything we use in relation to our life goes in there.
Yeah.
And everything in relation to this new exciting thing is going to go in there too.
Yes, it is. And I've used and abused Jerry and Teresa with Amazon deliveries, mostly pertaining to this hidden secret, but just because I want to have all the accessories for it immediately. So once it's known, we're fully functional.
Yeah. But it's a cool shop, I think.
Yeah, I like our shop.
I like it. Let's see what else we got. Everybody saying hi. Oh, Sherry's gonna go buy a shirt.
Aw,
Cool. Thanks, Sherry.
thank you. That's awesome. I will die laughing the first shirt I see out in public. I will just die. I will have to be photographed with them because I think that will just kill me.
That was awesome. I like it. And I got this color because I had not had any shirts in this color.
Yeah.
And you got red because
I love red.
she wears
I
red.
have like 4 Wayward Waggs shirts in red,
Yeah.
1 in white. I'm very bored. I like this color. Now that I see it in person, though, I do like it, and I may get one.
Hillbilly, he says we're in Mitchell. I don't know where Mitchell is. We're right now we're sitting in Troutdale, Oregon, but we're staying in the Portland area and kind of exploring out here, Mount Hood. We're gonna go out to the coast tomorrow and explore the beach, and then we're gonna go doing some kayaking, some boating, and all kinds of cool stuff out here in Oregon.
Yeah, there's some people in our campground right now that saw us riding our electric bikes, and we're gonna get together with them out on the lake this weekend.
Yeah,
that's
very
gonna
cool.
be fun.
And Roger said they're gonna buy shirts and wear them on Friday because they're gonna get the red ones.
Oh, nice.
Cool, very good.
That's
We are rocking
awesome.
the shirts. Yeah, it's a good conversation. I feel like.
It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
People's I gotta ask which shirt.
just get buttons. Ask me about
It'd be funny. Ask me about my shirt.
We're not making fun of Rain Man.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Wagner at 5.
Yeah. Definitely buy a t-shirt. Yeah. But we got some cool stuff coming up on YouTube. We're ahead. So the stuff that you're going to be seeing, we're ahead of YouTube. So the stuff you're going to be seeing on YouTube in the next couple of weeks is going to be still in the caravan with those other couples, Mel and Eddie and Jerry and Teresa, and finishing up in Washington, Spokane area, Seattle area, and then we're rolling in.
That's where we said our goodbyes.
Yeah. But we're back with them.
But
they live here.
We didn't let them off the hook that easy.
No, a couple weeks after the caravan's over, we're back crashing at their house, sending them a bunch of mail, making them drive us around to the beach because we did have a vehicle issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing that we stay ahead a little bit in the filming process because we have been housebound for until Monday. We were housebound for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Not venturing out, filming anything because the truck was down.
A, we got crap internet.
Yeah.
And B, we didn't have a vehicle. So, and the last place we were at, there was nothing to do. So even though we had good internet there, we weren't filming anything because we weren't doing anything. We were in the middle of nowhere.
But we were starting our secret project there.
We were.
That was good that we had all that time, free time to devote to it. So it all works out for the best.
We have full-time dream. We have been to Uranus.
Yes.
In Missouri. We have Uranus shirts.
Yes.
We love Uranus.
And I saw some people that are at Sturgis right now, our motorcycle friends, and there's Uranus signs out there, and somebody has asked if we'd gone, and I'm like, oh my God, if you have not gone to Uranus, Missouri, your next family vacay should be
Nice. Got an orange shirt. Can't wait. Awesome, Mike. Hope you enjoy that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So cool.
And then from here, we're headed into California.
Yeah,
for a little bit.
when we leave Oregon, yeah.
Yeah, Northern California first. We want to go see the redwoods and
Dying to go to the redwoods.
And we've had a bunch of people, and thank you all of you who are concerned, asking us about fires, wildfires, making sure we're safe out
and some
here.
have kept us abroad of what's popping up because we're not avid on the news so much.
No.
We'll Google, things in our area.
I'll
what's
check
happening,
there's a little app.
app for that stuff. But some people have let us know of new ones that have started, which is cool.
Yeah, and we haven't been extremely close to any fires, but we have had some smoke. Not thick,
No.
but you can see where it's hazy in the mountains, and sometimes we were staying
When
at
you get
before.
down in the valleys and it gets trapped in there a little bit.
Yeah,
That's where we see it.
last place we stayed at, if you go out of the RV park, boom, Mount St. Helens is right there.
Yeah.
We got to see it one day because the rest of the time it was just smoky. And crazy.
Yeah. But luckily it hasn't hindered our travels.
Not yet, no. And usually before the travel day, we'll look too.
Yeah.
and to make sure we're not driving
Heading right
into
into one.
dangerous areas or heading into a
Yeah.
fire.
California will have to be more alert probably
Yeah.
than we have been.
Real quick, let's talk about who we met up with between last live and this
Oh,
live.
Yeah.
We met up with Sandy.
Mm-hmm. That was a fun day.
That was an awesome day. We went down and just hung out and had lunch with her and walked through the falls and so that was cool.
Yeah.
We just already talked about wrapping up the caravan. We wrapped up the caravan at the Seattle Mariners game that night with Happy Place Diaries and with Mel and Nettie from Living Free Zip Codeless, and that was our seats right behind home plate in the upper deck, and it was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then we met up with Dustin, who was in my truck. He was my driver in Iraq when I was deployed, and well, not a great way to say it. We almost died together.
Yeah.
We came really close to dying together.
And I know like 3 Dustins.
Yeah.
Like total.
Yeah.
And that day, there were 2 of the 3 were in my presence.
But glad that he is still with us.
Yes, and he's doing
funny.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, doing great. Going to culinary school, rocking life.
His wife is so lucky because he does all the cooking. And I hate cooking. I'm jealous of her.
Yeah, so it was really great to meet up with all this. We already got stuff planned to meet up with people between this live and the next live, so I know we're already going to have a ton of fun hanging out with
And we got
people.
to see Chris and Stacy, our motorcycle friends again. We didn't do a photo with
We
them,
didn't do a
but
photo.
we went to their house for dinner and got to hang out and catch up. Because we didn't get to really talk much at the motorcycle rally.
Yeah.
So it was great catching up with them too.
Yeah, because we saw them in Wyoming, and during that motorcycle rally, it was
there's thousands of people.
You get to spend a couple minutes with each person. I mean, it's just so many people that you're trying to catch up with. We're trying to catch up with our chapter from back in Georgia, and new people that we're meeting from all over the place.
Yeah.
So it was just a crazy time.
Yeah, so it's fun to spend time with them.
Yeah, and all that while you have 2 bourbons. So
Yeah.
that slows you down a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
Now let's go and say thank you to our super chats from last time.
All righty.
There's our super chats from last time. Amy, Jones, Steve, Katie, Dave's Great Adventure, Papa Nan's Great Adventure. Thank you all so much for your super chats or super stickers from last month. I appreciate that. And 100% of that's going to the Next Veteran Organization. And thank you also to Amanda Feeser, who made a private donation to us through PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
And like super chats and super stickers, all donations that come directly to us through PayPal, 100% of that also is donated to the Next Veteran Organization. So thank you all for that, because without you, we can't do it. And we love doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to the end here, at the end of all of our videos, even the lives like we do, we're gonna honor some fallen heroes. I like to beef it up a little bit at the end of the lives, and so I try to find an event where it was a really significant impact. And so this one was these 5 troops all got hit on the same day, attacked by insurgents. All 5 families suffered the loss of these service members. We like to put a couple little facts in there. It's not to depress anybody or make anybody sad, but just trying to get across, how many people it impacts, and just one soldier loses their life.
It's not a loss of one person.
Yeah. So thank you all so much for watching. We're gonna honor these heroes. Hope you stick around for that, and bunch of cool stuff coming up.
Yeah.
That's all coming out in the next couple of weeks. So go and like and subscribe and go to Patreon, and we'll release it all.
Yes.
We're going to honor some heroes.
All right.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.